Greetings everyone, here's Lodrick and this is the game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my play-by-email match against KilRoy. This is match number 2 already. The rematch, more or less. So KilRoy commands Allied forces. For me it's Empire of Japan. This is the standard scenario 1 with only the small change that the Allies have working torpedoes from the beginning already. Yeah, the ongoing war, Japanese submarines against Allied destroyers and sub-hunters near Pearl Harbor. This is my cruiser formations, and I intercept here, I think, one cargo ship. Nothing really too special. Okay, it's a PG, so patrol gunboat, something like this. Yeah, all very small, and it was nothing. So maybe, I don't know, this ship maybe had mines, because the KilRoy sent get mines in Mersing, so I don't know, or he tried to mess up only my task forces, but my cover force was here on duty and intercepted. All well done. There is some other force. Okay. These are the two leftover motor torpedo boats trying to mess up my invasion fleet. But my escort can sink even one of them. Maybe they're out of torpedoes, I'm not so sure. This is source of Santiago. Very close to Jochen and Dojo. And also I had a project in San Diego and San Francisco some years ago. It is nice. A little dry maybe. Good. This DMS also can survive. Even 4 torpedoes, all missing. And the next attack. And also no hit. And number 3, but there was a sinking sound, so very maybe likely the cargo ship go down. And now again, and always no hit. And more Allied ships, I think. And again, nothing happened. Everyone is wasting here ammunition. For the Americans, of course, it's much easier to rearm if the base is nearby. But I keep some submarines there. I mean, it's a bit. They already are at Hawaii, so why I call them back if they have some still ammunition. Later on, I will maybe call half of them to some other location. So this is Allied cargo ship running in one of my local minesweepers, I think. Yeah, this is at Hong Kong. Okay. This is Midway, my rowboat. This rowboat is unluckily hit here, or gets hit. But here is also one of my APs. This is my Japanese ship, and there's some troops on board. And of course, there's again an evil Dutch submarine hit one. Hopefully, it can maybe survive. A little payback. Here's a cruiser mine layer. So this is going down for sure. And the AG at Midway. But this is a rowboat, so this is similar to the Dutch smaller, or the S-boats from the Americans. They all have this not so powerful torpedoes. Maybe enough for a cargo ship, but against warships, not so powerful. There's a light cargo ship, gets intercepted, killed. So again, many sinking sounds. Here's also a Tarakan. I have a submarine in patrol. Also intercept here one cargo ship. But they're all very small. Yeah. In the next battle against the destroyer, and nothing happened. Here's the AD. So this is a destroyer tender. I still don't know if they're really so important, but you can call them like special cargo ships. If you don't have a big port, you can use all of these support ships. But I think the most important is normally submarine tenders and maybe AV tenders. So now a lot of scouting. And the allies getting feedback from my carrier position. And at least 2 or 3, 4 enemy search airplanes getting destroyed by my cap. So sweep over Singapore. Japanese elite 0 pilots against just so British T-Twinkers. Maybe, I mean, if they're Scottish, maybe they're drinking more heavy stuff. If they're British, maybe they're drinking tea and some kind of beer. But we don't call this in Germany beer. So, at the end, this will need some time, so let's see how many of my zeros are forced to return or getting killed. Yeah, I saw 2 maybe must return to base. But I have at least 4 killed buffalo, so maybe kill ratio is 1 to 2, or maybe even better. These are now the Dutch buffaloes. They have simply no armor protection and I think only light machine guns. So they're even weaker, we can say. No losses on my side, at least nothing directly. Yeah, you come too late. And here's the same. And this, whatever, is had some cap. So maybe they are on the... I'm not so sure. If the buffaloes coming out of Singapore and have long range cap maybe. But anyway, they have... there's some protection on my dive bombers. Hopefully can still... or gets not killed by these buffaloes. It looks like. My zeros are cleaning the skies. Fine. Yeah, okay. This kind of mini ships. But my dive bombers finding the target. I think they are very slow. I think they're this kind of ships are really only for a harbor patrol, defense against enemy don't know what you can really, maybe against the submarines. I don't know what else you can do. My dive bombers kill them both, so fine. And here's a Houston. KilRoy tried to park the ship, I think, in the port, and just come out, and then there was my carrier hereby. So a lucky coincidence that I just arrived here with my carriers. I mean, I was here already some days, running around, but KilRoy just, I think, left the port, and one torpedo hit. Okay. Not enough to sink the cruiser, but maybe it slows him down. But I also have no information about where's the British battleships, where are all the Dutch cruisers, where's the Boise, still no sight of them. This was more or less the first heavy war unit I really saw engaging or in range to my own ships. Everything else was only destroyers or similar. So the next sweep for Clarkfield. And again, I fly here locally. I don't make long range sweeps normally. If it's not, I mean, if I have other choice, or if there's no other choice, I must make long range sweep, but I always try to avoid this. So, less and less American fighters are in the skies. So, after 3 sweeps, my bombers are coming and they're taking the ground. Not much damage, but at least something. Now the army bombers, even less. But I must bomb you out of 20,000 feet. The maximum normal altitude without any additional fatigue, so still hard to hit something. But I can avoid most of the flak, so and there's too much flak at Clarkfield. So the British bombers out of Rangoon attacking near my air base in North Thailand. Yo, that was already the air war. And there was an important ship to sink at Midway, but my robo missed. But why I only used 2 torpedoes, this is a sub-tender. This is, I think, one of the most important ships to sink. Especially in this scenario with working torpedoes for KilRoy. Good, here's a mini tanker. Okay. Even a mini tanker is a tanker. This is I think my AP had this torpedo hit. I just arrived at the port hex. So if it's not sinking now, I can maybe stand it down and save the ship. So the Eastern Railway in Malaya is now cut, so these forces cannot retreat more. Again, only light losses for me. These are tanks, so they don't have really much combat squads. They are more or less all only vehicles. And the British are, normally now at the end of their power. Oh, and one more small victory here. This is all clear terrain, so if it's clear terrain, the Chinese don't have much really to hope for. Second Battle of Hong Kong. Somehow the British are holding second time. But the fort is also destroyed, so then the fatigue is high. The fort level is still here a bonus, but now not more. Again, naja. One more day. In this battle, I can also destroy the fort, but I have relative high casualties. I mean, at least disabled units not destroyed, but yeah, maybe next time. And here I make some bombardment to test how strong is the Chinese forces. Because I have here only good cavalry units, this is a better one, but at the end they're really not so powerful. And here's also bombardment. I won't only know how strong is this Chinese forces here in the north that I can create enough attack power on my own to counter this. So this is now fighting for this base, and the defender means KilRoy maybe moved in with rail, so this is why he is in op mode, or he just moved here in. So, and I have here only, I think only my tank unit can attack. There's also some infantry unit, but the infantry unit also just moved in. So only the recon force regiment was able to attack. So I cannot create here too much damage. And some bombardment here. Ah yeah, now this Chinese trying to attack me. But I already, I think, railed in some reinforcements. And I have here a fort level 4. So very strong defense. But I think not all of my forces can defend here. They're in the hex, but they're not ready to defend. They just rail in. Good. And this was, I think, a Chinese unit. Yeah. This was only a block force, more or less. I keep them there to, yeah, keep KilRoy a little busy and yeah, buy me time to organize something. Now the Chinese attacking here in the north against the cavalry units. So I have also the fort level, and the Chinese are still not so good to attack. It's not totally bad. You can see that he comes with 166 and only at the end only 145 can attack. But for Chinese, I think this is still a good ratio. But the Japanese cavalry hold the line. Warm. Somehow my units are not so good, or the Americans are getting a huge boost from 10 to 40. I don't know how this is possible, but no, maybe another day. So I have still here this HQ and the base force, and I kick them out again. Nothing is dying, but they're all destroyed, more or less. So, not everything is perfect, but I would still say it's going well enough that I don't must complain anything really. Air war again, 22 to 4 losses. Mainly buffaloes and a lot of tomahawk here in Philippines, plus additional stuff. And for me, it is really a mix of a Betty, a Pete, and a Glenn, plus one of my torpedo bombers. But yeah, out of his 4 airframes, I have only one wounded pilot. So only airframes. This is really not the issue. The ship sunk. There was a lot of sinking sound, but I really don't know what KilRoy lost. Maybe the tanker. But this is a mini slow tanker. This is a Dutch tanker. All of these ships have normally no value. But most important is there was no ship sunk on my side. So in China, more or less in North China, KilRoy attack here, but both of these Chinese forces are not strong enough to kick me out of my hexes. And I was here in bombardment because I want to test him, and then I think, yeah, this is maybe also the reason. I was in bombardment, and then the KilRoy attacked me, and then I don't know, maybe this is the reason why my defense was not so strong. And here's the same. I still try to organize your forces in central China to take care of these forces. I must normally kick out these Chinese forces, and this is not so easy terrain, so I need more forces. KilRoy is moving here back, and I don't know, maybe he's trying to get more forces in the north, but it's not easy for the Chinese. KilRoy was successful to take this hex between these two cities. This rail line is now not really more so important in this game. I mean, I can rail from here to this is normally only a connection between this city. These 3 cities are connected, but here is no bridge, and here is no bridge. So not so super important to have this hex. I mean, normally it's an old map. You always try to take this city and kick all the Chinese units out of on this line. Simply then you can much easier move units around. But with the new map, this is even not more possible. So the value is also, this is not a high priority for me now. Good. So Hong Kong still hold out one more turn. But yeah, but I think latest next turn. My divisions are still okay. They can attack again. Nothing here to see. Nothing here to see. So I took this hex. These units are now trapped. This is 3 plus 1, so maybe 4 units are trapped here. This unit is more or less kicked. So I try now to use my tanks and rush for this dot base. Once this dot base, then everything is trapped here. At the same time, I'm not sure if these units are... Here are 5 units, but if I win this battle now, it can happen. I think that these units are maybe falling back to Singapore. So I can maybe shatter them, but not trap them. We will see. But now I have here reinforcements, so not only this recon cavalry unit, now I have here real infantry with a little more firepower. This is maybe enough. At least against these British forces. So there's also a bunch of ships running away, or they try to run somewhere, and maybe this is maybe, I don't know, maybe this forces they trying to go to Palmbang. I think this can happen. They came maybe from Batavia and go here around, enter Palmbang, trying to get oil and then out again. Oh, well, at least there are many ships. And my time is now here over, so I can get my carriers now out of Mersing. I don't need to protect here, I think, my ships. I have still unloading operations and other equipment, but I have here now also an airfield of 1. So even I can make at least cap. Maybe next turn I have here already airfield of 2. I have here 270 engineers. So quickly working hard non-stop, 36 hours per day, like a good Japanese. So Mindanao also looks fine. I control the whole center. I try to catch up with these units, then they are dead. And in the north, I won't get rid of these trapped units. I control already the spaces. I use some smaller parachuter detachment to more or less take the north. Clean this up. At the same time, I have here 1,100 and 500. So I have now 1,600, 700 on the island already. This is maybe still not enough to go for Clarkfield, but yeah, soon. More stuff is still coming. So the heavy cruiser is here. Yeah. So KilRoy, we will see if I can catch him, because now he can go everywhere he wants, and I don't have really too much. And the carrier, this is only a support carrier division. Main focus is normally to escort units around. I have here the battleships. I will maybe try to, of course, find this heavy cruiser, but yeah, we will see. It is not the I will not change course and change all of my settings. No, only because there's one heavy cruiser. Main operation is still secure the island, secure my supply lines, and escort my cargo ships. And if it's possible to intercept enemy cargo, cruisers, then yes, it's fine. But I also must be not too aggressive, because there is still this British battleship units around, and I know that KilRoy can play very aggressive, so I don't want to risk here too much with sending a little ship somewhere and then gets killed on the way. Here's also something, I don't know what this is. Guam still don't want fall, maybe tomorrow. And my carriers are finally arriving, and also the last of my invasion fleet. So I think now I wait one more turn, then I have here local air power. Hopefully this is enough. And then I can really go for a pull. A little slow, but still okay. It's the end of the first week of the war. Still no sighting of enemy carriers or any other ships. Missed the opportunity to sink here this sub-tender. This is a little pity. And the rest was so... Hawaii still have a lot of activity for any kind of sub-hunting, and yeah. I was hoping that I maybe find a battleship or something else. Last game I was able to get 2 torpedoes in Lexington, I think. Yeah. And there are also 2 ships running around. Okay, see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.